Hey everybody, I'm back. Here I am, Chef Steve Resnikoff, doing another episode after a brief sabbatical of the pandemic cooking show, which basically I try and teach you guys simplified ways to make great tasting meals using frozen product and canned goods, whatever is available in the store at the cheapest price possible. So before I even start today, I want to give a shout out to a few people. I've given my shout outs, which aren't enough, of course, to the police and the frontline people, the medical staffs who are helping us get through this pandemic we're in. It's not easy for any of us, and this helps me as well, gives me something I enjoy doing, and hopefully it helps all you people. I want to also give special thanks to Dawn Kaufman-Whitten, who has helped me throughout this and has really kept everybody together with a humor, and she's been doing some great things. And of course, Chicky, my man Neil, and Rich Goldberg, and Chef Jay Scheinberg. How you doing, Chef? Saw me the other night for the first time. John Geffner, of course, all my friends and family. Some friends I came back in touch with, Charlie Stroller. Yeah, Charlie, my glasses sit up here and they don't fall on my face. So that's an inside joke between him and I. And let's get started. The dish we're making today is a dish that I created, I came up with probably about 9-10 years ago. And it's made with lamb shanks. And this is what a lamb shank looks like. This is an individual lamb shank. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a lamb shank, and there are actually two ways to prepare this. One of them is in the oven with liquid. The other one is in a pot. I prefer the potted version, number one, because I can continuously smell it. And my nose is trained to smell if the spices are cooking right, if everything is good, obviously, so it doesn't burn. Where in an oven, you really don't have that much access to the odors. These are gonna cook for about 4 hours. That's why I'm doing this in two parts. But the first part is to show you how to prepare it, how to make your sauce, and how to get going. The second part tomorrow is gonna be real simple. Everything will be cooked. I'll boil up some fettuccine. I'll add some cheese to the fettuccine. I'll plate it for you. You'll see the beautiful creamy richness of the ragu, basically made with tomato sauce, which I make, and some red wine. It's a great, great dish. Believe me, it's worth the 4 or 5 hours it takes cooking it. You don't have to stay on top of it. So let's start. I've got two 28-ounce cans of peeled tomatoes. They're peeled. Instead of cooking them down, I'm going to take and put them in my blender. And now it's going to get a little noisy because I'm going to blend it. At this point, I'm also going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to the tomatoes. I would say 3 tablespoons, if you're measuring. As you can see, I'm not a measurer. Okay, that's it as far as pulsing that. Now we're going to start building our sauce. If you guys want to use jarred sauces, that's fine with me. I'm not a proponent of that. I like to make my own sauce. I'm making a basic sauce. And we start off with the pot we're going to use, which has some olive oil in it. I'm going to turn the flame on to medium high. I have 3 large cloves of sliced garlic, fresh garlic, which are going to go into the oil. I have half of a large onion, which, as you can see, I've diced. That's going to go in. Now, a lot of people like to put carrot in their sauce. I'll be honest with you, I just don't like carrots. So I don't use them in the sauce. A lot of chefs do. I don't find they make that much difference. They do add a little bit of sweetness to your sauce, but it's fine just like this. Just moving it around a little bit. And we're gonna let that just soften. I told you before, you never want to burn garlic. The flavor of burnt garlic is absolutely terrific. Okay, so that's our base right there before we put the blended tomato sauce in. I'm also getting ready some tomato paste. I have my spices over here. I'm going to add oregano. I'm going to add black pepper. I'm going to add a couple of bay leaves. I'm going to add some additional garlic powder. This is for tomorrow. I'm going to add some rosemary leaves into my sauce. And this for Dave Hershey. There's going to be a little bit of chili powder to give it some bite, and of course black pepper and salt. Let's go see how the garlic and onion are coming. You can smell it. I love the smell of the saute of garlic and onions together. This should not take more than an additional 30 seconds. And I am getting my processed peeled tomatoes ready to go in. I hope everybody is doing well and everybody is as healthy as they can be, and please everybody be careful and stay safe and wear your masks, wear your gloves. I know you could go out of your mind, but we got to do it. Okay, I'm adding in my processed tomatoes. I'm turning the flame down to just about medium. Gonna give it a good stir. Now I'm getting ready to season the sauce with some salt. I only use kosher salt. For seasoning reasons, not because it has anything to do with Judaism. As you know, the grains are bigger, so you can spread and see where the salt's going. That's why you'll always see a chef seasoning so high. He wants to be able to spread it. I would say, you know, depending on what you like, I'm putting in 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. Black pepper. Good little dose. 2 tablespoons as well. garlic powder. You can never get enough garlic. So I'm giving a good generous dose of garlic powder, even though we have the fresh garlic in there. Probably about 10, 12 shakes. Okay. Putting some oregano leaves in. For a little bit of flavor. Not a hell of a lot. So about 4 shakes. When you put your bay leaves in, please, when you're done, and I will show you, don't forget to remove the bay leaves when the sauce is done. When you're ready to put your meat in. I am putting 4 bay leaves in. Suzanne is zooming in and showing you. And now I'm gonna put in some Cabernet Sauvignon, which obviously is gonna add a lot of body to the meat itself and the sauce. Now, just so you know, I don't know, I hate to treat everybody as a layman because I understand there are some advanced cooks that do watch this show, but I try and explain it basically. Wine, the alcohol content cooks off. This is going to be cooking for 4 hours, 4.5 hours, so all the alcohol contact will be off. You will just get the beautiful bouquet and flavor from the Sauvignon. And I'm generous with my Sauvignon. I would say 2-3 cups. God bless you, Suzanne. My camera woman just sneezed, as you heard. Okay, we're going to give it a good mix. And my camera woman, see all the spices are getting to her. But she's done a great job, and I love Suzanne for it, and that's my way better half. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is, for the sake of filming properly, I am going to remove the pot from the front, put it to my back burner. I'm going to cover it for now and leave it on a low to medium flame. Okay, let's get ready for the lamb. Real simple. What we want to do is we want to braise our lamb before we put it in. And what that does is it gives it a caramelization on the outside. So I'm getting my saute pan ready to braise. Putting a little oil in. Now, simple. Meat side up, you have your bone. So meaty flesh side up. Kosher salt. Rub it in, be generous. Black pepper. Now there are 2 ways you could do this. You could make slots and put the garlic into the lamb, or add these big chunks of garlic right into the sauce, let it cook. So that's what I prefer to do, since when you're potting, the garlic will not stay in the lamb to begin with. So that's it, and what we want to do is we want to get a nice braise. And the way we do that is we heat our oil, make sure the pan is hot. Make sure you have your tongs available because that's the way you're gonna be turning it in the pan without burning yourself. Ah, I forgot a step, you see? Even some of the best forget. We forgot a tomato paste. So I'm opening back up the sauce. I'm putting in 1. 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm give it a good mix again. Now what I'm also going to do, I don't always do this, but when I'm potting something and cooking for a long time, you need plenty of liquid. So I am actually going to put in 3/4 of a can of the tomatoes of water. And add that to my sauce. Again, a good stir. And this is for you, Dave Hershey. Congratulations, by the way, on your son's wedding. And we're throwing in some chili powder. Dave would be throwing in chili powder, jalapenos, ghost peppers. He likes it hot. I add it for a little bit of zing. I put in 2 teaspoons of chili powder. I'm going to recover that. Now we're going to see if the oil is hot enough to braise our shank. There we go. There is shank too. Now once again, we're not cooking this, we're caramelizing it. We're holding in the flavor of the lamb, which of course still going to be getting flavor from the sauce cooking through it, but it gives it a nice caramelization on the outside. Makes it taste much better when it's a finished product. You want to make sure that you brown both sides. And the sides itself, I'll show you stand them up on edge. Pretty basic, just be careful. You're working with hot oil. And again, I told you, when you're moving something around in hot oil, never move it towards you, because if there is a splash, it'll splash you in the face. Nobody wants to do that. You don't want it on your arms, your neck. So I'm just going to check the bottom. You can see there's the sear. Turn it away from me. Chop number 2. Shank number 2 inches away from me. So you can see the caramelization. And you get that just from salt and pepper, people. Salt, pepper, and hot oil. There's no tricks to it. Okay, so I showed you how to construct the sauce. I'm showing you now, I showed you the seasoning, how we prepare the shank. As you can see, I'm turning it up on its side. So that I get the braise all the way around. Be very careful when you're doing this. Hot oil is not fun to get burnt with. Notice I always turn it away from me. Always. whether I'm at a flat or I'm going side to side. So either way. Okay, these are just about ready to go into the sauce. I'm going to lower the flame to a medium heat. I'm going to take the rest of that garlic and throw it right in with the sauce. Okay, these are good to go. As you can see, they're browned all the way around. That's what it should look like before you put it in your sauce. Very carefully, lift your shank, immerse it into your sauce. Look at that, look at that, huh? Lift it, immerse it into your sauce. You're not gonna believe how good these are gonna taste when they come out. Okay, we're now gonna cover the sauce, and I am gonna lower this flame to a very, very low simmer. I'm removing my pan, of course, with the oil, which I'll put here for now, since we're recording, and I'll clean when we're done. Okay, so that is as far as we're gonna go today. When I come back on tomorrow, you'll see I'll make fettuccine. I'll show you how to marry the dish, plate it properly, add the cheese, additional seasonings, and you're gonna have lamb that is like absolute butter. This is called a ragu because it's made with a sauce, but you'll have plenty of meat in it to eat. It's a delicious, delicious dish. By the way, those lamb shanks both came frozen. I believe we got them from Amazon Prime. So there you go. That's frozen. The sauces were canned. Everything else is spices. Fettuccine comes out of a box. So we had a lot of shelf life with everything. Gonna make you a great meal. Thanks again for being here. See you tomorrow. You'll see the finished product. You'll have this to refer back to because hopefully it'll stay posted. If not, you'll be able to ask me any questions through Facebook. Hope you make it. Hope you enjoy it. See you tomorrow. Thanks.